Hi, welcome to Healthy Home Cooking. My name is Christina. Today I'm going to be making lemon yogurt pepper skewers, and we're going to be grilling them, and I'm going to be making them with chicken. But they also work really well if you're vegetarian, because you can just skewer a bunch of veggies and grill those briefly and then serve them with this lemon yogurt sauce that we're going to be making. You know, the lemon and yogurt, I mean, you can really make this any time of year, but the reason I like it in the summer is just simply because it's just so refreshing. And it has those fresh, clean flavors of herbs and lemon and yogurt, and it just works so nicely this time of year when it's hot. So this dish is really easy to make and doesn't take very long, so it's perfect to make during the week when you're pressed for time. What you're going to do is you're going to prep everything the night before and let the marinade or the chicken sit in the marinade, or the vegetables sit in the marinade overnight, and just take in all of these wonderful flavors of fresh herbs and olive oil and lemon juice. And the chicken is almost going to pre-cook a little bit in that lemon juice, so that the next day when you actually do grill it, you really won't need to cook it for very long because it's already been sort of pre-marinated or pre-cooked in this lemon. So it's really super fast to make and tastes delicious. And then once you have your chicken marinating, you can also that evening make your dip. Or you can make it the following day, as long as you allow it a little bit of time to sit in the refrigerator and just let those flavors sort of meld together. And then the following night, when you're ready to have dinner, you're going to take those chicken pieces out of the marinade and of course discard the marinade. You don't want to reuse that because you've had raw chicken in it, but you're going to take the chicken pieces out and thread them onto skewers, grill them briefly, and then literally just serve them with your dip and be done. Now, I usually will cook some sort of vegetable to go along with that. Also, you can certainly make a bed of rice or orzo pasta and put your skewers on top of that, and then maybe drizzle a little bit of the dipping sauce on your skewers, and when some of that drips off and gets into the rice, is that good. So we're going low carb tonight though, and so what I'm going to be doing is taking some cauliflower and ricing it, and this is really easy to make. If you have a food processor, you just literally cut this into florets, put it in the food processor, and then just cook it. Or you can buy it ready-made riced at like Trader Joe's or wherever you shop. You'll probably find it there. Okay, so we're gonna start with preparing the chicken breasts and getting them ready to be marinated. And what you're gonna need is some black pepper and salt, and maybe about 3 garlic cloves, which we're gonna chop. I've got 1 sample chicken breast, as if you don't know what a chicken breast looks like, but you're gonna need about 1 or maybe 3/4 of a chicken breast per person. So for 2 people, I usually do use 2. And then we're gonna need some rosemary. Now I'm lucky, I have a gigantic bush of rosemary in my front yard. I always think it's a great idea to grow some fresh herbs. I have the rosemary outside, I have basil in my kitchen, and sometimes I'll also have you know, some thyme growing outside or something, because I find I use those 3 the most. Then there's also going to be some thyme sprigs, so we're going to need, you know, maybe 5 or 6 of those. And then we're going to need some fresh lemon juice, about the juice of 3 lemons, and some olive oil. And this is what we're going to use to make our marinade. And what you're going to want to do is to put everything in one of these 1-gallon Ziploc bags. These are super, super handy. The reason I love them is because I can flip them every so often, you know, and make sure that they're properly getting marinated on all sides. And so I'm going to cut all of this up, put it in here, and marinate the chicken overnight. All right, so for the chicken, I'm going to just cut it into kind of, you know, bites, not really bite size, a little bit larger than bite size, but I'm gonna just cut this so that, you know, I can put each piece on the thing. Now, I don't want to cut it really any smaller than this. If you can see my hand, I want to keep it about that big, so really no smaller than that. So we're gonna just do that with all of our chicken and put it in our bag. add all the other ingredients, and it's really that easy. And next up is our garlic. So we're gonna just give a couple cloves a little whack to release the paper, and it really just easily comes off. There's no peeling. And then just chop it. Chop all 3 cloves very fine and scoop that up and transfer it into your bag with the chicken. Now for the herbs, we don't really need to even worry about the stems and sitting here and picking off every little thing. I mean, good heavens, who's got time for that? So since this is a marinade anyway, all of this is going to get discarded. So really, you know, just do kind of a rough cut, okay? And just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be pretty. We're going to do the same thing with the rosemary. A couple different ways of doing rosemary. You could, let's use this one. You could just take it and kind of slide your fingers along it and pull off the leaves. That's usually what I do. When it gets up here, that gets a little bit tricky, but you can just, that's, you know, really just the easiest way to do this. And here I'm not even going to really worry so much. I'm going to just cut this tough stem off. And then again, maybe just, oops, run your fingers along here and pull those leaves off. Okay, that's really all you need to do. Okay, dump all the herbs in. Throw in some lemon. We're going to need about 3/4 of a cup or so of olive oil. I'm going to go half a teaspoon of pepper, I'm sorry, salt, and a few grinds of pepper. All in the bag. Zip it up. Give it a little shake and a little massage. Massage your chicken. So look how nice that is. I mean, you know, we've got everything in there, and now we're gonna just let that marinate overnight. Okay, and it's gonna be super flavorful when we grill it tomorrow. And for the sauce, we're going to need vinegar, lemon juice, sea salt, sour cream, yogurt, and I'm also going to use some dried oregano, and then we're going to need a healthy dose of fresh ground black pepper. And I'm going to combine everything now. Okay, so I have mixed all of my ingredients together and chopped my garlic. Did a pretty good job of whacking it and cutting it. And that was about 3 cloves. And so I'm going to just add that in. And like I said, I'm going to let that sit now in the refrigerator. And you can leave some of the rosemary on, that's totally fine. I mean, that'll just add some flavor. And you might already see that the chicken is already sort of partially cooked, like I mentioned, from the lemon. So, you know, these really won't take that long at all. So just go ahead and thread them all on, stick as many on as will fit. And I will put them up together fairly closely, but not super tight, because I do want them to cook in between. I find sometimes when people jam too many things onto a skewer really super tight, that sometimes the inside isn't cooked. So preferably, I like to leave a little bit of space just to let the air circulate through there and let it cook evenly. All right, so we're just going to continue doing this until we've got all of our chicken skewered. Okay, so it has grilled now for almost 10 minutes, and we're going to take it off the grill and plate it up now. All right, so I am enjoying my skewers. They are so delicious, and the chicken is still really nice and juicy. And I'm going to just finish eating this a little bit. Oh my God. That is so good with the yogurt dip. Really, really tasty. And as I mentioned earlier, it's so nice when that dip kind of drips down into your rice or orzo, or in this case, my cauliflower rice is really, really good. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I hope you'll share it with your friends. Please click the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel, click the little red bell below to be notified when new videos are uploaded, and stay tuned for the next video soon. Thanks!